Tom,
Yes,
are you a fan of collaborations?
I love collaborations. Sonny and Cher, Peanut and Butter,
Mm.
Adolf and Mussolini. They all go together like a house on fire.
What about when it's beer?
No, don't like collaborations on beer, unfortunately. You have to get someone else for this episode.
Fuck.
Come back! I'll drink it anyway. I love you. You're not going to say it back. That's fine. That's okay.
Sorry, I had those
You're right.
guys.
Yeah. Did you hear me calling you back? Did you hear the
I
thing
did.
after that? No, that's fine.
No,
You
but
didn't
we're
hear that. That's okay.
recording,
That's
so
good.
I will hear it.
That's good.
I'll hear it in the tape.
It's too early in our relationship for me to be saying things like that. Yes. So what have we got today to review, Stu?
This exciting collaboration.
Here we go.
It is the return of the WEEGIE Juice from Fierce and Overtone.
And this is, a particularly nostalgic beer for us. Well, the original WEEGIE is, as it was one of the first beers that we tried together on our Glasgow misadventures.
Oh, yeah.
It was maybe the second or third beer.
Yeah, the Redmond's bar in Glasgow, sort of along the road from the Tennant's Brewery.
I remember walking for what seemed like an eternity to get to that bar, and then when we arrived, we were served a couple of ice cold pints of WEEGIE juice, and the rest is history. Lovely beer. So hoping that it's lives up to that first experience of it.
Yeah. So this is WEEGIE Juice 0.2.
2.2.
So
2.0.
I assumed like it's 4.2%, and I kind of thought, this is one of the Aldi beers of the month. And a thing we've now noticed with the Aldi beers of the month is breweries are knocking down the volume of their signature beers and are putting it into stores to make it more accessible. I mean, I've noticed with the bringing out the Imp beer from Alchemy, we were sent a 10.5% bottle, and Aldi's were selling the same beer, but it was a 7% bottle. And I think Loch Lomond Brewery, their Silk Road was the same. That was another one where it was kind of like an 8%, and then it was a 5% in store. But
yeah, it does. I think it is happening more and more because of it's been a lot cheaper to
and I think
have an ABV that's smaller in store compared to a big ABV. It turns out the big ABV is like a limited initial run, it seems, and then they kind of tend to, lower it for the kind of mass-produced version.
Yeah, I think it also makes it hard to kind of shift as well if you have like a bunch of 11% beers.
I think you're right. It's definitely a niche market for sure.
So, and there's probably, like when I know in the UK, there's definitely like a tax on alcohol. So the higher the volume, the more expensive it has to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm all for getting the beers in the shops. And if they have to knock a couple % off the ABV, let's find out if it's any good. And if it's great, then I will go to the source to find the stronger bevvy.
I think it's a good marketing strategy, to be honest. Yeah, it's like almost like a sampler of what you could be, a demo of what you could be kind of tucking into if you pay for
definitely
the full ABV version.
Exactly. Let us try the demo disc of this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's just kind of give it a spin, see if we want to play the full game. So this is interestingly, it says a collab between two IPAs. What's the other one? That's what I'm interested in. Because you've got WEEGIE and something juice.
Possibly, because I know, like, obviously, there's WEEGIE Juice and now WEEGIE Juice 2.0. So maybe, I don't know if they're just not giving everything away, but it's a collaboration between the two. And this might be the first Overtone Brewing Co. beer that we're trying on our channel.
I'm trying to think if we've ever sampled anything before. I think we've individually sampled their beers, but I don't think we've done it on the show before.
Yeah,
Could be wrong.
I sent you one at Christmas, possibly.
Yeah. Oh, that was the pew pew finger guns or something like that. That was lovely. Really, really nice.
Overtone Brewing is definitely a really popular brewery. I just know that their beers are more like definitely craft focused and more on the expensive side. It's definitely like a premium craft beer.
Yeah.
And is not nearly as accessible. Like, it's definitely a bottle shop beer. So that is where you're going to find them. Like, you're going to find them in the fridges of your local bottle shop, not in the fridges or shelves of your local Aldi or Lidl or
sadly.
So
it's one of the few Scottish craft beer companies that don't see down here.
Yeah.
At all, really. You know, saying all this though about us never trying a beer from them on the show before, I'm sure there is, and you're going to find the link and you're going to put it here somewhere. So we'll just let people know that we think there might be one there. We don't want to let it slide. We don't want to give them the full respect that they deserve. You know, and these guys, because they've produced WEEGIE, they deserve the utmost respect.
Yeah.
From me. And anything that gets you slightly pissed, you know,
we've
got to praise them. We've got to praise them.
Go on then. I'm getting thirsty.
Time for the pour. Woo! It's like condensed milk. What is going on?
Very light drink.
Jesus. Okay.
Fruit juice.
Come on. Okay, it's a bit of an easier pour than the last one. Oh, man, I can smell it from here.
Look at it.
It's like Kiora.
Very pale.
Very pale. Honestly, it looks like rainwater that was collected from the roof. Jeez, after a heavy storm. It smells lovely. It's like pineapple-y. It's kind of how I remember it smelling. That smell stayed with me the first time that we tried it on tap, and that smells very similar.
You ready?
Okay, I am. Let's do it, man. Ooh, okay. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Ooh. Okay. That's a lot more. That's a lot bitterer than I was expecting.
Yes. There's those levels of bitter aftertaste to fruitiness is definitely sort of like an 80-20 with like that bitterness.
Yeah, it's almost like a West Coast, the kind of the levels of bitterness compared to the fruitiness. For me, it's okay. It's interesting.
And for a drink that looks so calm, it is almost really carbonated.
It is. It's quite fizzy, isn't it?
It is like drinking like a soft drink where you get that big fizz, like when you take like a mouthful of Iron Brew, and you just feel like it's burning your throat.
I don't think that's for me personally.
Yeah.
It's just bitter. I don't think there's anything else really. There's that very slight fruit smell to it, that pineapple-y smell. But in terms of the taste, it's just really bitter.
Yeah, it's definitely
on sour.
Not what we've had before. But saying that, I did try WEEGIE Juice. I think back in April when I was in Glasgow with my wife, and it was like, what's it? You know, our one of our old haunts, the Grunt and Growler, and they had WEEGIE Juice canned. So I got a tin, and this is very much the same as it tasted back then.
I remember it tasting different to that. Maybe it was just because it was on tap compared to can. Who knows?
I think
Maybe a bit rawer and a bit livelier. But yeah,
I
I don't know.
think back then when we had it, because that was
It was stronger as well then, right? The original's more close to 6 or 7 or
yeah,
something like that.
it's definitely, I think it was maybe coming up for 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
when we were out and drinking in Glasgow, and I think that might have just been Overtone on its own.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a collaboration with Fierce.
No, that was just Overtone's original
Yeah, so
WEEGIE.
I think that might have just been WEEGIE, not Juice,
Yeah.
just WEEGIE.
I
And then
think
when they
so,
collaborated,
yeah.
they created WEEGIE Juice.
Which
And
is between that and something else. I
yeah,
don't know
some
what
sort
other
of
IPA.
juicy beer that Fierce were brewing. But yes, it's definitely the same beer that I had back in April. Whereas it's an overwhelming amount of bitterness, kind of a light fruity smell, light fruity taste, but it doesn't tickle the boxes.
No, I agree, man. It's got like quite a dull taste to it. Aside from that bitterness, like there's no fruit.
It kind
There's
of
nothing
makes
really going on.
yeah.
Again, there's a brief kind of little bit of it, almost like borders on sour on the back end.
They're mention it out as the aroma of mango, pineapple. Which yeah, I could see that. Cut grass.
Okay, yeah, there's definitely some grassy vibes to it.
But flavors, pithy citrus,
Pithy
and
citrus,
juicy peach.
I don't know. There's definitely kind of a bitter citrusness to it. But that seems to be the overwhelming flavor of it.
Yeah,
Really.
it's definitely like this chalky bitterness. It's overwhelming.
Chalky's a good description of it. I don't think I can finish that personally.
I'd say fair enough. I won't make
It's
you drink anything you don't want to.
It's a real drop down from the export, sadly, that we tried previously. From Fierce. Yeah, don't think it's for me, but
It's yeah, definitely.
I'll be sad to think that the original WEEGIE is not available.
I think
To be honest, I hope
yeah,
it still is.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. I think that might have just been. I think for back in the day, because it's craft beer, unless it's part of the core range, it's almost
Constantly
never,
evolving, isn't it?
Yes, it's being switched around. Oh, it's gassy, isn't it?
It's gassy, man. Yeah, it's very, very gassy.
But yes, when you insisted that we buy this to review for the show, I was a little bit like, I remember trying it back in April and thinking it wasn't spectacular, but it's 2.0. It might have been better.
Might change it,
And
yeah.
it's still very much the same. I'm not sure if it's just 2.0 because this is the second time they've collaborated to brew it.
Oh, might be, yeah.
But no, like this will be someone's favorite beer, but unfortunately, it's not ours.
No, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted to try it and recapture the kind of the original WEEGIE and
me, you in a pub in Glasgow,
man,
talking to Iggy the barman.
Shout out Iggy.
We left a Lagerlog sticker on the fridge back in Redmond. So if you're ever in there,
we want
and
the
you've
sticker
watched
back.
this video,
we ran out of stickers. If you get it back to us, we'd appreciate that.
Just
could
get off the
recycle.
And don't drink Pogo wild beer in a taxi. You will be asked to leave that vehicle and drink on the side of the road.
It's not recommended.
A common piece of trash.
Couple of hobos.
Yes, chugging beer outside an Uber.
Only in Glasgow, eh?
Yeah.
No, in London too. And Birmingham.
Not in Fife because we don't have Ubers.
No.
Spewing outside a stagecoach, definitely.
There we go.
So,
come on,
ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video tonight, feel free, if you want to help the Lagerlogs grow and become a bigger channel, if you could leave a comment letting us know if you've tried WEEGIE Juice, or maybe a collaboration that you would recommend. Leave that in our comments, and if you enjoyed our video that much, subscribe to the channel. It would be very much appreciated.
Just do it, please.
And if you're one of these people that enjoys listening to podcasts, we've got 4 seasons of the Lagerlogs podcast that was recorded well before this YouTube nonsense, and you can listen to me and Tom about like 30, nearly 40 podcasts that you can listen to in a lunch hour. So check Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. Who knows? It might still be there.
I could, burn it, record it to a cassette for you, send that in the post if that works for you. And it seems like only yesterday, Stu, that we were, arguing about beer and talking over each other. Nothing's changed, to be honest. Nothing's really
definitely
changed. That's probably why it seems
constantly still talking over each other.
I would. Bye, guys. It's been great.
Take it easy.
Again.